Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Akulon here, and welcome back to each one of you. Of course, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. I am very happy to have you here. In today's video, of course, we are taking a look at the World Trees. All of these discussions come straight from the Sunday Night Show. Many people have asked me to upload these as videos, so I have obliged. But I want to hear from you what you think about the World Trees, where the World Trees might fit in. Maybe you have a different theory to what I have. So please enjoy the video. Make sure that you give me all of your thoughts in that comment section down below. Remember, you can follow me live on Twitch, link in the description down below every Tuesday to Friday. Or if you want to partake in just 5 hours of orgasmic Shadowlands and World of Warcraft lore, you can do so every Sunday right here on YouTube. And with that said, ladies, please remember, if you like this video, slap a like on it, subscribe. And I guess ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen, you could be ladies as well. Enjoy. Theory of the night. And I want to talk specifically about the World Trees, because there is something that's been bugging the fuck out of me when it comes to these World Trees. Mainly because the attack from Sylvanas on Yggdrasil does not fit if we are to agree that the World Trees were simply meant as access to the dream. Because why would Sylvanas need to destroy that access? If anything, the preface of war, right, taught us that the dream provides an entrance into Ardenweald, so a back door, if you will. So why do you want to destroy the passageway into the dream that would destroy your link to the fucking place that you want to destroy, right? That makes no sense. So why did Sylvanas destroy Yggdrasil? Well, there's a couple of interesting things that you have to know about the Shadowlands, and we've discussed this before. Ardenweald is one giant ass tree. It is a massive tree. In many ways, it kind of looks a little bit like Yggdrasil. Kind of reminds you of Yggdrasil. Ardenweald is also a massive zone built inside the stump of a tree. Well, pretty much on top of this giant tree. And all around it, there's trees. When you look down, it's surrounded by a forest of trees, and inside there's these anima trees that grow on Azeroth. And these anima trees seem to be collecting their own anima, just by the way. We got this in the cinematic for Ardenweald, the animatic for Ardenweald actually, where the anima would grow from the trees. Remember, Ardenweald is one of the strangest zones in the Shadowlands, mainly because Ardenweald doesn't, like the others, seem to use a whole lot of anima from their denizens. It doesn't appear as if their denizens offer up a whole lot of their own anima. It feels instead as if the world itself grows the anima. The anima seeds grow from these trees, that's these giant nets that capture anima and then sort of distributes it in these seeds, these wildling seeds, if you will. So what is the World Trees? What is important about these World Trees? Why were the World Trees so instrumental? Remember, it is not just Sylvanas that went after them. It wasn't just Sylvanas that wanted to destroy the World Trees. Sylvanas was the last one to succeed. But if you guys remember way back, Archimonde tried to do it. The Burning Legion was obsessed with trying to destroy the World Tree. They wanted to use its power, at least that's what we've been told, right? We've been told that they wanted the power from these World Trees. I don't think that's true. I think they wanted to destroy them. And I believe the reason for it is If we look at what happens in Ardenweald with the trees there that is sort of capturing anima, there's another thing that's very interesting that I should just point out here. I'm not saying I have an answer to this, but it is worth pointing out. The wisps, we are told, are souls of night elves, right? These are living souls, the wisps. They are the protectors, if you will. Now, there's been some retconning about the wisps back and forth. Why the wisps? When we now know where the souls of mortals go, why do some night elves turn into wisps and others don't? Maybe because the world trees are exactly the same as the trees in Ardenweald. They are anima nets is the best way to describe it. They capture anima. The anima they capture, and I've explained this to you guys before, but I'll go into it again just to refresh your memory. Ardenweald is seemingly the most important realm in all of the Shadowlands for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, without Ardenweald, life's gods die. It's over. The gods of life, the demigods of life, use Ardenweald as sort of an endless cycle so that they can go to sleep and they can be born again from the gardens of the Ardenweald into their worlds where they protect life. Without Ardenweald, life effectively comes to an end. So Ardenweald is very important for that reason. Reason number 2 is Zovaal. We learn time and time again that every single one of the covenants in the Shadowlands holds a part of the key that unlocks Zovaal. So if all of the covenants fall, Zovaal is free. However, if Ardenweald falls and the others stand, Zovaal will be strong enough to break out of his chains. Ardenweald may not fall. Ardenweald seems to be the glue that holds it all together. Without Ardenweald, the chains of the jailer is just not strong enough and he will be able to break free. So Ardenweald, more specifically, the heart of the forest, seems to be the main thing. It seems to be the most important thing. So why is the World Trees in Azeroth so very important? And there are definite things that we have to discuss. Their connection to the dream. Not only that, but the Rift of Arm needs to be examined far more closely. And the reason the Rift of Arm is so important is I now start to think that the Rift of Arm may actually refer to the link that the Nathrezim was talking about in the Preface of War. They had found themselves an opening into the dream. We believe that the Rift of Arm was where the old gods dwelled. But what if the Rift of Arm was actually a direct connection to the Maw? So that's how they got into the dream, was through the Rift of Arm. And it's a direct link to the Maw. But again, that is something that we could discuss further in a different video, because I still have to do a lot of thinking on that to exactly figure out what my thoughts are on the Rift of Arm. And it's been a long time ago, so I would have to go just refresh my memory on everything that happened there, but it is something that popped up while I was thinking about this theory. You have the most important realm in all of Azeroth, or in all of the Shadowlands, desperate to sustain itself. It has to sustain itself at all cost. I believe the World Trees to be the anchors that allow for this to happen. But I think it's more than just the anchors. I believe the World Trees were meant to take the anima that Azeroth herself produces. Remember, we've already discussed this. Those engines and things that you see on Azeroth, bollocks. Are they meant to keep her safe? Bollocks to that. When the old gods whispered and said the King of Diamonds have been made a pawn, they were not wrong. But it wasn't because Azeroth or they were whispering to him. There was someone whispering to him. And he is a pawn, because think about it. throughout the defeat, here's the problem with that whole whisper. The King of Diamonds have been made a pawn. Everything that was whispered to him led to the destruction of N'Zoth and the reorganization and re-energization of all of the different forges and engines that exist on Azeroth. We basically restored all of them to work as intended again. I mean, if he was made a pawn by the old gods, they were stupid as fuck. Because they were basically handing him the keys to the kingdom. Going, oh, this is how you defeat us. But you're made a pawn. We're going to lose because we told you all our secrets. But what the fuck kind of pawn is that? So you made him a pawn just so that he could defeat you? That makes no sense. Right? Someone was whispering to him. Someone that has a vested interest in Azeroth staying asleep. Because Azeroth is the one that dreams the realities. She dreams life. I believe the World Trees were placed very specifically to funnel anima. Not a lot. You don't want too much anima to be summoned or funneled. But you want a little bit of anima just to sustain. Remember, all of these different zones in the Shadowlands are running out of anima. They're all struggling to run out of anima. Ardenweald has certain areas that is running out of anima, but it doesn't appear as if it takes a while before Ardenweald starts to feel the crunch. Right? If you think about the cinematic, think about the cinematic for Ardenweald. Ursoc got there, and he was still great. He was still Gucci. The world was still fine. And then suddenly, while Ursoc lies sleeping, the world goes to shit. And now everything is just a big fucking problem. But we're told that this drought has been going on for some time, right? This drought has been quite prevalent for a while. In fact, if we go by the timelines, the drought should have started around about his entrance into the Shadowlands or just before his entrance into the Shadowlands. This is when this drought should have started. And yet he was there for quite a while before the drought even started. You see, I believe the drought started when Teldrassil was destroyed. And it doesn't have to be burnt to the ground. It just has to sustain enough damage to where it loses its link, its ability to funnel anima. Once that was done, this is where the Ardenweald itself was plunged into a drought. Because it could no longer funnel souls or anima from Azeroth itself to sustain itself. It was now cut off from the anima supply of the universe. There's even a theory that I have that I'm working on currently that perhaps links Azeroth's soul to all souls in the universe. So my theory effectively puts Azeroth right at the center, reality. And if you look at the cosmological map, I closed it down. No, I didn't. I have it here. Never mind. If you look at the cosmological map, right there, fuck me, right there, right? You have reality right at the center of it. It says, on Azeroth, it says reality. So she is clearly not just another planet. She has something to do with reality itself, right? She may be the arbiter thereof. She may be the controller thereof. She may be the creator thereof. But Azeroth clearly has something to do with reality itself. So the way I see it is, Azeroth lies right here at the center, and all other worlds, so the Shadowlands, its barrier, lies right next to Azeroth. The Twisting Nether lies right next to Azeroth. All of its barriers sort of link into Azeroth. So every single soul, every single titan in the universe that still lies sleeping, the ley lines of Azeroth is sort of the system by which all of this energy gets picked up and then pushed into these world trees and pushed through the spot that Icerian Citadel was built on to push it into the Shadowlands, to provide souls to the Shadowlands. This is what this is what Azeroth has become. I don't think that was a original sort of purpose, I think she became that. Whoever controlled her, whoever took control of her existence, they did that to her. My theory on the World Trees, as I've explained, but hopefully now in more detail than what I did previously, because I realized watching my previous video, I wasn't explaining it well enough. I believe that, and to the people that's claiming that, hey dude, but the World Trees came long after the Shadowlands and Ardenweald was even built, it doesn't matter. They were built to be sort of the failsafe of Ardenweald. And they were built for that very specific purpose. But they had to wait. The World Trees couldn't just be put up. They had to wait for everything to be ready, everything to be in place. I don't think that's the only failsafe either. I think there are multiple failsafes. And I'll leave you guys with this thought. What if the failsafes started falling round about the time of Deathwing? What if Deathwing had something to do with the very first failsafes that was destroyed? If that's sort of all I'm going to put on that. I haven't thought about this enough yet to think further down that line. But I do wonder if Deathwing wasn't already a big part of what started to destroy the failsafes that they put in place. That's my thoughts. So, what do you guys think? Yay, nay? Where do you land on this?